hello, 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 hello. Sunday school. Hooray. Yes. Oh, we are here now. Breathe in, smile, enjoy the fact that you're here now. Yay. Hooray. Oh, that feels good. Ear. Okay, what's with the sound? I wonder how long that was going on. All right, welcome to the weekly Wise Sunday School episode where we talk about all things school because it's cool in school. You can always check my profile here and just below the big bar of green blocks, you'll find the communities that I'm currently highlighting in my collection of fabulous school communities. I call it my bowl of mixed nuts with my super special healthy, wealthy, wise seasoning. That's me. For those of you that don't know me, hi. I'm Wendy of Wiseman Integrative, based in Folsom, California, and serving globally online, a community catalyst, a leader of leaders, inspired and inspiring. I love to get the party started. And I have been helping so many people create communities on Skool, not just build businesses or make an online community or host online courses, because it doesn't have to be any of those things. And it could be all of those things all in one. There's so many different ways to use this platform, to benefit from this platform, to enjoy this platform. And I am blessed to be an expert guide now that I have well over a year. I've been solid green activity, those green bars you see on the profile at skool.com/@wise. You have to have the at there or it goes to somebody else's community. So that bar means that every green block is at least 10 activities daily on the platform. And that's the little flame emoji next to my name that you might see. Come on up and say hi, Max, okay? He's going to bug me until I let him say hi. Hello, 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 hello. Yes, here we are. There he is. You're not in the picture. Come closer. Come closer. Come close. There he is. Oh, he's a big baby. He's the big baby. Yes. Level 7 Guardian. Yeah, soon to be level 8 at the end of the year. He'll level up. We all level up every year. Hopefully, instead of deteriorating, declining. Oh, yes. Oh, you're distracting. Go play with your friend. Where was I? What was I talking about? Oh, being a goofy guide. Hey, a moving motivator, a goofy guide. That's me, Wendy of Wiseman Integrative. Now, originally WISE stood for, and it still stands for, Wellness Integration Solution Essentials. Now, I also use it as Wiseman Integrative Social Enterprises, or wonderfully inspiring school ecosystem or school experiences. I'm constantly coming up with new ways to make WISE more fun for me and everybody else too. So on this weekly show, what we do is we dive in and we look at what's going on Skool, some of the things I've got going on. Sometimes we have guest expert interviews or roundtables or spotlights or things like that. You have to play right next to me and go out in the yard. Silly boys. So for those of you that somehow don't know, last week was recovery kind of from the week of Hormozy. They're so distracting. There's this huge yard and they have to be right here next to me. I'm so afraid they're going to knock everything over. Go play out there, boys. Go. Yes, here they are. Right here next to me. Right there. There we go. That made them go away. I don't want to be on camera, Mom. Let's hop in and screen share. We'll take a look at schoolers. As I was saying, Alex Hormozy did the book release for $100 million money models First, it was $100 million offers, and then it proceeded to, once you have your offer, you need leads. So it's $100 million leads. And now, of course, there's lots of different money models, ways of bringing the money in. Where's the page I want? Here it is. Schoolers. Thank you. Share screen. And that was a huge 90-day trial, brought tons of people. You can see there's over 172,000 school community owners in the Schoolers community. This is exclusive to community owners, school owners, people who are building on the platform or active with their own community on the platform. Some people just hold a community space because they're doing work for other people on the platform and want access to this community. A place where top community builders hang out and share what works and have fun too. We have a lot of fun in here. There's training, weekly news, member map. You can see where people are near you or all over the world. Quarterly competition. If you choose to participate, you don't have to be in the school games, but it is a great way if you start really implementing these money models and making some money, then you could get a paid trip to LA, all expenses paid trip to school headquarters to meet Hormozy and other schoolers and Sam Ovens and get a nice little trophy. Not so little, not so lightweight, but it's hot. And of course, you're growing together with other people. So there's that sense of connection and belonging and we're helping to create a better world, which is my mission, creating a better world together as happier, healthier humans. Whee, H3, that's us. Yay. And now there's a $9 a month plan. So it's really a no-brainer. You can be making money before your 14-day trial is over, and it can be about anything, a hobby. There's a lot of guitar players, piano players. There's, of course, a lot of the crypto, Bitcoin, social media marketing, and 10K and scale to 7 figures and all of that finance stuff. The money is, of course, the biggest category, but there's also relationships category, hobbies category, self-improvement category. Well, let's just hop on in and have a look, shall we? That video is a lot of fun that tells you about it. Yeah. Games. School News is the weekly show on Tuesdays. You can find those on YouTube also. You can see here the top 5 in every category. And it's not about how much money you're making. It's about how much growth you experience over a 90-day period. So that really opens it up. I mean, there for a little while at the end of 2024, it was very much about who makes the most money the fastest. And then there wasn't the sustainability in that. Some of the winners couldn't even deliver. And that's not good for business. So hobbies, music, money, spirituality, tech, health, sports, self-improvement, and relationships are the categories. If you'd like to learn more, I love talking about it. And you can learn more in the classroom, School 101, School News episodes, School Games. It's a training Alex Hormozy did for the games at the beginning of last year that teaches you more about just building and growing a profitable school. And new to the classroom is the whole $100 million money model. Boys, go play. Go play. Get out of my face. And it features the School Money Models tutorial and an audiobook with all of this other, however many, let's see how many lessons there are in there. Next steps, 32 other lessons in addition to the School Money Models tutorial and the 100 million. And that's free with your trial to Skool. So it's a no-brainer. I would highly advise you to use my link and get my bonus help setting it up, but you don't have to. One of the best things about Skool is the referral, 40% commission when people use your link to set their communities up. I would also recommend that you not just go ahead and start and set it up, but have a call with me first. It's free, a school action plan, so that you can get an idea of what you want to do and really maximize that 14-day trial to make some money, to basically get paid to start a community. so that essentially you're never going to really have to pay anything other than, turning the money that you're making back into the subscription on the $9 or the $99 plan. And it's a win-win. One of the things I did with this trial, with Alex Hormozy's special, is I created a fulsome local group. I haven't quite filled it up yet. You can see there's not even there was an image there. I don't know what happened to it. Maybe I didn't fully uploaded it, or I accidentally clicked the X, but there was an image there. And this is how simple it can be. I turned off the classroom and the calendar tab. So now it just says, and the map tab, because it's local. So there's just the community members, leaderboards, and about basic, fun events, business help, in search of, and updates here in the categories. And that's it. And you can see that when you sign up for your group, you have this simple little checklist, a fabulous 2-minute video about it. We'll watch that in just a minute. Set the cover image, which is this one over here. Invite 3 people. I invited 1. So there's 2 of us so far. And write your first post. I did that. I said hello. And that's to get the conversation started while you build it. It's just so simple. Say hello, get to know one another, drop a GIF while we grow. And that gets the conversation started. So this week I'll be inviting more people in to start growing this. And then we can open the classroom to have, I haven't quite figured out, sponsored spaces, or local businesses can buy a classroom. Soon, Skool is going to introduce the classroom subscriptions, which means that in addition to having a paid monthly or annual or both options on your community, you can have a free community or a paid community with subscription tiers inside the classroom. For access to this classroom, it's $3 a month, right? Or for one-time access to this classroom, it's $37 for the life of the community. Whatever you choose to do, those are some of the money models that Alex gets into in that training. So it's super, super fun. What do we got here? Here's my first community with Gen Excellent Vitality. I dumped way too much in the classroom, but you can see that I started with ABC 1, 2, 3, learn and earn, about setting up your school and how simple it is. And now I have a community that is devoted to that. It's called Wise School Building. And there is actually also a free portal. Did this open in the same tab? Yes. Explore Wise School Building. You can go to that. It's Explore-3828 until I earn enough to upgrade to Pro Plan and then get a dedicated custom URL. but you can come, and this just has a lot of information. It's mostly me. I'm going to have some other creators. These are more blog article-like posts than community interaction engagement. So it's a slightly different flavor, but it's still a community, and there's still community and engagement and interaction and dialogue and exchange. The focus is bringing people in to the Wise School Building, and then after that, the Wise Schoolers community, right here. And that is for the elite. What was that? What are you doing? Climbing up on the wood pile. These troublemakers today. Wise Schoolers is a community for elite community leaders to beat the burnout, the overwhelm, and just grow with ease. That's what I'm all about. Cut the BS, build real connections instead of pushy marketing tactics. One of the best ways to get going is to just get going. And that's one of the great things about the Wise School Building community is I help you, ABC 1, 2, 3, just get the basics set up so that you can get growing before you get into these mega communities that'll overload you with finding your niche and refining your offer and tweaking your about page and checklists and templates and tactics and oh my. And oh, by the way, they also say buy this and buy that and buy this. So before you get lost in one of those mega communities, I can help you just get set up, get started so that when you step into one of those communities, you have the bare bones framework on which to build. because it's so simple. I can get you set up. It's under 60 seconds to sign up for your Skool, and I can get you set up in an hour, in 3 hours, 3 days. You've really got something going and you're already growing. And then I can help you choose one of those mega groups or other guides that will help you boost your journey. Or if you're a seasoned community owner, you can just come in and hang out with those of us that are having a good time in the Wise Schoolers community, where the focus is, again, on scaling a lifestyle more than chasing a 7-figure business, right? By nurturing that quality of life, cultivating your way of being, you'll end up making more money in the long run without wrecking yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. I know I'm a little distracted by the kids. Now, to help with that, I've got this Ease Accelerator going on, which is 6-week small groups. Breaking through what's holding you back. Life is too short to stay stuck. That's right. You can break free from the painful patterns, the limitations, whether it's in your body, in your business. I'm a pain relief specialist with decades of helping folks live well with less effort, feel better in their body, and in their life overall. Max, that's enough. Go. Where's your friend? Get your friend. There you go. And I forgot to change the screen so that it was more visible. Sorry, folks. Apologies. There, it should have been more like that. I get so many things to check. I've got to find a new streaming. Something that works. This used to work for me well, and it hasn't been so much so lately. So it's time to look for an alternative. Any suggestions? I'm open to them. So we're looking at the Ease Accelerator, which is just a small group, but the entry to that is the Enjoy Ease community. And in this community, you can come and get daily actions for happiness, learn a little more about the 6-week accelerator roadmap. You can learn about that in any of the communities, because of course I talk about it, because it's core to, there must be self-leadership and self-care before you can effectively lead others and sustain your success on all levels of your life. So Enjoy is really about daily actions for happiness. We do these. You don't have to show up daily, but they're always here. And we've got a nice little group growing. It's very exciting. So this next week, we're going to be doing the 5-day Unlock Ease challenge, Unlock Ease or Grow with Ease, depending on where you're at in your journey. It's kind of a framework that's a flywheel. You'll see that in just a moment here. The 6-week accelerator is the more focused small group, usually 8 to 12 people together. And there's going to be 6 cycles throughout the year of doing this. I've done these before in 3, 4, 6, 8, 10-week kind of accelerators. And the 6 is just a good fit, especially with this 4-step framework. We can bookend it on each end. I like to start people with take aim on pretty much anything. So this allows you to just really break those patterns that are holding you back and anchor lasting change. Each week is building on the last, and we have that small group for accountability and support and sharing and exchange and inspiration and motivation and just, boosting that well-being together. So week 1, we take aim. You really open your awareness more fully, set your intention and that meaning of why this is important to you, your great big why physically, and then your great big why inside that pulls you through the difficult times when you don't want to do what you really want to do, right? Is that, I know I want to do this, but I don't want to do this, but I want to do this, but I don't want to do this. And then we step into the ease framework. Week 2, it's explore. You really examine, expose, excavate. I love my trios of words. 3 is the magic number. Revealing the root, seeking the source, just getting to what's going on instead of, if we relate it to pain, people are like, oh, my shoulder hurts. But, the problem could be in how they're walking and the weight is, or how they're carrying something or how they're leaning on their chair. So it's not necessarily just getting rid of that pain. It's identifying the provocative pattern that perpetuates the discomfort, right? There's a bunch of good words for me. It must have been that sip of coffee, right? And once you really just take a look at it and say, instead of make it, fix it, make it go away, make it better, I just want it to stop. Instead of that kind of energy, if you go, what is this trying to tell me about my body, my life, my being, my business, and how I could, what needs my attention, what might be threatening my survival. That's what pain is. It's a signal that something needs to change. Alert, your survival may be threatened, right? And that's a lot of these frictions, these resistance, these stuckness, these energy leaks, these drains in your body, in your business, in your being overall are signals. And when you get curious and we start to look into it, explore, what is this trying to say to me? What is this lesson here? What is this teaching me? Thank you. Is that fun? These boys. And once you identify that, you've explored, and it's kind of like planning a trip. You're going to go here, and you could take the back roads, or you could take the super highway, or you could take this other route, right? You want to explore what fits best for you in the life you're going through. One of the reasons things you've tried hasn't worked so well is because you're using cookie cutter protocols or just basic bland beige courses that show you a bunch of steps or overwhelm you with too many things that you have to do. And then you're like, phew, thank you, right? You're trying to do too many things at once, or you're trying to do things that don't fit you and your life that, maybe aren't right for you in the season you're in, the time. It doesn't have to be age, but there's a lot of different elements. And so you really want to look at, is this the right path for me at this time to create the progress that I seek, to get moving, making strides towards that dream life you desire, right? And you got to take that step. Activate is week 2. Yeah. Application, action, and acceleration. You ignite the car. You put your foot on the gas. You ignite, ignition. That's why it's called ignition. You start the car, right? You put your foot on the gas and you kind of steer it out of the driveway or the parking spot, right? And then you ease on down the road with the next step, the third step in the ease framework, which is scale, which doesn't mean 7-8 figure business. No, that's not scaling. That is one way of scaling. Scaling means strengthening, expanding, leveling up, right? Enhancing, boosting, making it bigger, scaling it, like from a miniature to a macro, right? So you're taking these tiny little shifts and steps to create the big changes that you seek. And then express. This is the appreciation phase. I guess I need to fix that. Enjoy, expand, enhance, elevate, all those wonderful E words. But basically recognizing the progress that you've made, the shift that has happened. A lot of times people are like, oh, I don't feel any different. And I have to guide them through, well, this is why we'll do some movements at the beginning of the session, and they're like this, and then repeat it at the end of the session so that they automatically notice, oh, wow. Otherwise, people will just come in, lay down, get to work, get up and be like, oh, that didn't feel like very much. I feel a little bit better, thanks. Not usually working with me. Usually people are like, wow, I've had that pain for months or decades, and you did it in one session. But not doing that kind of work anymore, but for a lucky handful of people here in Folsom. Find out about it on the Folsom local school. Okay, I went on a little tangent there, didn't I? But appreciating, noticing, marking milestones, celebrating, expressing the fact that you have just created more ease in your life, expressing the ease, enjoy ease experience. That's what this is. All these little, the 5-day challenge, the Skool communities, the unlock ease, grow with ease, the enjoy ease experience. Just like a few years ago, wise came out of the many poor choices. Wise choices is my signature program that came of so many poor choices in my life, falling apart in my 40s in that typical midlife deterioration, blah blah blah, weight gain, belly fat, brain fog, all the things. And then in my 50s, burnout, overwhelm, financial collapse, so many difficulties that I created the framework ease, because who doesn't want more ease in life? Ease in your body, ease in your business, ease in your being, your building. Yeah, ease in your building. We had some plumbing challenges here recently. So we want ease at home, in relationships, at work, in career, in purpose, in just spirit and motivation, and of course physically as we move through the years, through the ages. So the final week is the integrate ease for a wise life. That's your belief, your behavior, your being, and that express step really helps with that, recognizing that, it's like that shift for smokers or drinkers, where they go from, oh, I'm a smoker, I've been a smoker forever, to I no longer smoke. I'm not someone who smokes, right? Or I'm not someone who drinks. So instead of identifying as I am an alcoholic, they're like, I am someone who doesn't drink. There's just a shift in your belief. I'm still working on that every morning. I'm part of a group called Identity Shift with Will Carter, and we do morning calibrations in shifting out of some of those limiting beliefs that get planted in us sometimes before we're born, but definitely in our early formative years by the experiences and the people and the belief patterns of the people around us, the things that we're fed. So choosing who you want to be. Who am I being? And I am healthy, wealthy, wise Wendy, Skool community catalyst, leader of leaders, spreader of joy. If you want to apply, book your Enjoy Ease breakthrough session for a quick win, realignment assessment, and enrollment options. Or you can go download a quick guide at enjoywiselife.com and book your call right there. enjoywiselife.com. So there you have it. I went on a little bit about the accelerator, but I'm also very excited in the Drag King Den. I've got a new course, a new course, a performer power up 5-day challenge is coming, because September we're kickstarting the Saturday night shenanigans. And that's going to be a global online soiree of performers, drag, burlesque, cabaret. Seriously, there's a whole yard and they're choosing to bump into my stool right here. Hey, go play in the yard. Children, right? 2 legs or 4. So Drag King Den is another fun one, where I'm bringing together performers. And I'm putting together that 5-day challenge today. In fact, there's a tab that's open that I didn't share because it's just, I'm setting up the classroom. There's nothing to look at, folks. It's 5 days. And when you go through that, they're good for new to performers who are new, who maybe have never performed, who are just thinking about performing. And they're also good for younger novice performers, as well as seasoned old salts like myself, who, I was been performing since the late 80s. So every kind of performer, whether you do drag or burlesque or clown or cabaret or drag thing or horror or circus or whatever it is, there's so many different ways of expressing yourself. But you'll all get something out of the Performer Power Up 5-day challenge, just simple little prompts. And then you can apply to submit and perform either recordings or live stream, live action performance broadcast. We'll do it through this or another streaming service. I've got to play around with a couple for that. For the Saturday night shenanigans that are kicking off in September, here in September. We're going to get that show started. I think I set the time for 5 p.m. Pacific on Saturdays just to get the ball rolling. I'll be showing up live starting next Saturday, and just as kind of a more casual get together before we put together the big monthly extravaganza performance, right? So there'll be some smaller, more casual ones, and then each month, maybe the third week or the second or the first, we'll decide together for October when the monthly extravaganzas are going to be. And the times might change and all kinds of things, but this is how you get started. You start. you just start. You invite some people in to start talking about it, and you go. So you book a call with me, and we'll align. That's the A of the school building. Your passion with a purpose that people will actually pay for. So something that you love doing. Think about, maybe ask your friends and family, what is it that you kind of wish I would shut up about sometimes, that you talk about so much that just lights you up, that you're so excited about? What is that thing? And how might you bring people together around that thing? And how might that make you some money? I can help you with that. And the B is the build. You sign up for your free trial. You put the description, the cover image, the about page image, a brief bit of what the community's about, and then you put a welcome post. Then you invite 3 people. Then you invite 5 people every day, and you get your first 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 people. And within that, you find your core 10. Your core crew that really is there, active with you, engaging and helping other people. And you create this thriving ecosystem. So it's not something you have to do. You don't have to build a course. You don't have to build a challenge. Spirit, get down. You don't have to. Hey, he's about to go over the wall. So I'm gonna wrap this up. Spirit, no. Come here. Come here. Good boy. Good boy. You don't have to build all those things. You don't have to have it all together. We'll just set the idea. We'll get you going, and then we'll find you the right support to grow with ease. There you have it. Thank you, Max, for your 2 cents there. I don't know if you folks could hear his beautiful belch, but he came over to deliver that before. Oh, make it a great day. The wise way. Come see me on Skool. Send me a message. Join one of the communities. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments on the platform you're watching from.